Yes, everyone else, and then the Canadians. They're the gentle deers. When last we left off, there was some surgery. And it was, pretty fucking successful, all things considered.
Yeah, it could have gone way, way, way worse.
It could have gone fucking tragically. You aced nearly every roll. Well, and I say is there were a lot of cases where you just about pulled off the roll necessary to not deal any actual damage. And at worst, she's got minor nerve damage as far as being able to feel things is concerned, and then a curse related to her vision. There is other stuff that will gradually happen over the course of Sandra's Necron spinification, I suppose. But that will come up another time. Because we are Robless today. He's currently busy trudging through fuck knows what in the middle of a storm up in Shitsville because life is unfair to him. Exactly. And also it means that Sandra's Eggy's birth has been put back by a session or so. Just to come out even bigger. Because yeah, I was like, I'm not going to spring the birth of Sandra's child on Sandra when Sandra isn't here.
Right.
Seems like a maneuver in poor taste. I remember the very last thing that everyone did was a pizza party.
Yes.
There was a pizza
we went
party.
on a big pizza party with Gangelf and Affy.
That's right. We had lots of pizza.
It was good.
Yeah, and Lana, who was able to go out into the open around people.
Yes. Very happy.
And then you, while you were there, discussed what you wanted to do next, and you brought up the jobs that were available, and pretty much unanimously decided that, holy shit, a whole basket of crazy is a big fucking deal.
Mm-hmm.
Wherein an entire playground of children went missing. I know that, Nick, you weren't there, but everyone was like, Vex is going to want to be in on this job. Yeah, I'll set it to show the player so you can see it as well.
Mm-hmm.
No one did anything that involved, like, looking at the news or receiving local information, so the first time they ever heard of it was on taking this job effectively. Entire playground of children went missing, a crazy Welsh woman came by, abducted them, and slaughtered all the parents.
Fuck. This is some hardcore shit.
Yeah. And also, payment is now scaled. Because, of course it is. You guys are way too high level, and it's something that I should have implemented a little bit earlier on, all things considered. It would have stopped you all from getting castle rich, but I don't regret that you're all castle rich, because it's kind of hilarious that you own one.
It is. Although, to be fair, the castle was payment.
It was.
For a thing.
It was, but it was still like a series of 25 and 30 DCs to make it a livable space as well.
That is true.
But yes. The job location for this witchening is not too far off a place where the party's been before. It's basically the other side of a national park, wherein they first met Hassie, who got in a fight with some werewolves. Because she'd just come through the plains from the other side, and theirs was the first group of independents to go and locate her.
Good old times. First meeting Miss White and Mr. Black.
That's right. Black and White as well. And also White Strange Dog.
I should probably get into the Roll20. I just realized I wasn't in it.
I didn't even notice.
It's fine, it's fine. Why would you ever have to roll any dice,
All the time!
Not that you had some crazy plan last session.
Come now, Kina never thinks up crazy plans.
In fact, I have written down exactly 1, 2, 3. I have exactly 4 mad science projects I need to do.
Okay then.
Did someone say mad science?
Mad science.
Well, I suppose only 2 of them would really be mad science.
So the other 2 are just regular science.
One of them is to dissect and reproduce the Techno-Magus battery
Ah,
inside of my watch.
indeed. It was created by a technomancer.
And I mean, I'm not a technomancer. I mean, I've got the tech, and Simon has the mancer, so maybe we can do both. We can do it.
Yep, gonna do the fusion dance of great justice. It's entirely possible that you could do that. Question is, when are you going to? And also, because this job has cropped up and presumably is going to be gotten to by someone if you guys don't beat them to it. And also, you will have to take apart that watch in order to try and replicate the battery, and putting it together might not be the same because it was built with magic. So also be aware that there is a risk in making this kind of attempt that you'll destroy the object that you're working on. You could still learn how to make the battery, but the cost would be the magical item.
My watch.
Exactly.
My cool James Bond watch.
It is a really cool James Bond watch.
I feel like it's worth it though. Figuring out how that battery works could lead to crazy things.
Indeed.
It works because technology is bullshit. Just accept it.
And maybe I could find a technomancer I could get a new watch from. There's probably more than one.
Maybe.
The other things on my list were to fix the rough edges and finalize the design for the shotgun fist. And the third thing was to build a kind of like structure or support rig for shotgun fist so that you don't have to be epically swole to use it.
So you're looking to essentially construct some kind of bracing system that you can mount onto someone in order for them to survive.
Like something that goes
use
across the whole arm and the shoulders. Something like something to take the recoil.
Recoil in arms. Let's see if there's something like that already exists.
That's a good question.
Recoil mitigation. Those are just recoil pads. That's not going to work because the gun is your hand. No, from the looks of it, what you're describing is quite literally some kind of exoskeleton arm. That might be quite a long-term project.
Yes, that's exactly what I was envisioning.
Yep. Yeah, that doesn't exist. I mean, it sort of does.
Something with hydraulics.
Yeah. Okay.
And the fourth project was to figure out some custom armor, like a bullet-resistant bodysuit.
Okay. Those are expensive endeavors.
I'm sure.
I mean, there are already bullet-resistant bodysuits. They're basically Skulldozer suits, and they exist in the setting, in the book.
Oh, well, I want something cooler.
Cooler than the motherfucking Skulldozer?
Well, I mean, that's cool in its own way.
Let's see here.
Although I guess I could just take one of those hunter armors and change its glamour.
You can change the glamour and actually just make them look doper. That is also entirely how that works. But yes, out of heavy armor, equipment, armor. The tactical forced entry suit. I mean, what you're describing essentially in the first place is getting a forced entry suit and then also getting it masterworked, because the more you masterwork something, the more reduced the penalties are, and then, the skinnier the suit gets effectively. Like, there's always going to be an armor penalty on something that gives you a +9 equipment bonus to your armor class, because it's...
I wasn't going for something like something crazy like +9.
Yeah.
I was going for something a little bit less ridiculous, but...
Well, that's in the heavy armor. So that's the most powerful heavy armor is the forced entry Skulldozer suit, the torso jacket, ceramic plates, neck, groin guards, arm protection, helmet. the lighter quote unquote end of the special response vest in heavy armor is +7. That still weighs 15 pounds. There is plate mail.
Plate.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think plate mail is gonna. Oh wait, this is the wrong. This is the wrong book.
Yeah, and then as far like once you get to medium armor, that's only vest. Like that's not the whole body kind of dealy anymore. Yeah, the like once you hit medium, that's a tactical vest. That's body armor for police tactical units, full torso, and some flexible protective material.
So I guess it would be heavy armor.
You would be looking at heavy armor if you wanted some kind of big bodysuit. Yes.
Okay.
I-
Okay.
Weren't you trying to get like a really sleek and tight bodysuit? But give
Yes,
the
actually, in fact, it was. In
protection
fact,
of
I was
a
looking.
big suit of armor.
I was looking for make something a bit like that.
Let's have a look here. Alright, let's see here. The cost of doing so would be prohibitively expensive, and after you do get shot a bunch, the armor value will go down. But, yeah, you could totally make that. It is within your capabilities amongst you all. You have the engineering skills. It would be... Let's see here.
I'll place all of these in the possible pile.
Probably a purchase DC 18 to get the bits and pieces, and then you'll have to craft it as though you're crafting masterwork stuff, which I'll have to double check the rules for. But we can then treat it as the armor value of, let's see here. Were you looking into light or medium?
Well, I use light armor.
Okay. Like the highest equipment bonus you can get in light armor is +3, so let's have a look here. Making that better.
Oh right, I have a undercover jacket, undercover vest +1, so it's 4.
Yep. Yeah.
So I mean that's already what I have, but I just want to look cool. I want
You
more
just
fashion.
want it to look...
I need the fashion.
It's the fashion souls aspect, I see.
Fashion souls is so goddamn important.
It's
Welcome
true.
back to another episode of Fashion Arcana.
Yeah. Fashion and Arcana. Yeah, I mean, there's also just the fact that enough bulletproof material to cover an entire body still might fall into the medium category.
It's still expensive.
And also, yes, it would still be expensive.
Okay.
If you would like to, though, of course, I will not stop you from trying to acquire a bunch of stuff. If you want it to be light armor, then it's still going to be thin in a lot of places, because that's just how that has to be. But you have the technical know-how to essentially make stuff at the tactical vest level, and then if you mastercraft it, then that's the same as the armor penalty going down, which can, as far as flavor concerned, be, making it lighter and tighter.
Okay. Well, I mean, we have a job to do, so I guess I'll have to shelf that until we're done the job.
Right.
Remember, though, in this game, mastercrafting armor does also increase the armor's AC bonus.
Yeah. And it would indeed go up, because it would be an entire suit made of, well, mostly made of bulletproof materials. We just have to find the right balance between penalty and bonus. But we'll figure out the maths behind that. Might be something I'll do when my brain's working properly at some point. But yes, you have a location for a whole basket of crazy.
It's in the park.
Indeed.
Park.
Now, before we get underway with that, though, people were getting up to stuff. And Nix, we've been missing you for a little while. What has Vex been doing since getting back to Ireland?
Cocaine.
Yeah, probably just like taking a little
Arcana.
me time. Nothing special, just like a little me time.
Sure. The dungeon room is now being renovated to actually be some kind of bedroom, which is quite nice.
Yes. So yeah, hey, I mean, there's nothing important that I need to like actually go over. Just Vex stuff.
Yeah, I think you started.
Vex.
I think you started moving some goods. Actually, let's have a quick check here.
Oh yeah, we have that stuff.
Did you? Were you the one who went to sell off the guns as well that you weren't using?
I don't believe that was me, although it's been a month, so my memory is just gone to shit at this point.
Yeah, I don't think anyone has actually made the effort to sell that stuff. So if you would like to be the one to do so, we can figure that one out nice and quickly and say that, you know, in between sitting around and doing cocaine for a couple of days, Vex went out and made some illegal sales.
Sure. Why not?
Now there is the dockside warehouse owner who you went to. Well, actually, did you go at the same time as Mahera when she got her I forget what fucking machine pistol she got in the end.
Yes, Vex and Mahi went together.
That was right. So yeah, you happen to know someone who would purchase these kinds of things.
Perfect. Then I go to him.
Alright. And I will double check how much that kind of stuff is worth. Of course, the P90 was in that other thing, the other book. So I'm just going to pick some purchase DCs. Let's see here.
Weapons locker?
Yeah, it's in weapons locker, I believe. I'm pretty sure their purchase DC is like 20 usually.
Sounds pretty accurate.
Yep, they're all silenced. Which I still think it's hilarious that silencers just increase a size category for a weapon by a drastic quantity.
That's a little
Very
weird.
stupid.
I believe we flavored. I believe we home ruled that that's just not actually what happens. Your guns just stay the same size.
The FNP90 is a DC 21 restriction +2 weapon.
Alright, so it is restriction +2, so that comes off of the purchase DC and resale for being quite illegal. You require.
It has a 50 round box magazine.
Yeah, the P90 is.
2
It's ridiculous.
damage?
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
It is a good gun. There are 5 of them in the current party loot. Have people already taken some for themselves, and that's what's left over?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
No.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm stick with my tech knives. Served me well this entire game.
Okay.
Unfortunately, weapon-focused feats kind of shit over any attempt to get.
Yeah, it's
better
weird. Their
guns than you
weapon
have.
focus is a specific gun.
Hmm.
So it's a little weird.
This is my gun. There are many others like it, but this one is mine. Alright, in
Otherwise,
which case, let's see.
you could bullshit some like retraining to change the feat to a different gun.
If you wanted to dump a feat in order to gain a new weapon training, then I guess I would permit it. It would take some time. Effectively, you making a gun your regular sort of hampers your ability to just, like, pick up the old one like a new bike or something. Alright. 21 times 5. 1, 2, 5, 8, 12. I have to do the maths a little bit separately because my brain isn't doing brain stuff so good. Alright, what were the bulletproof vests? How much are they worth? Because they're actually not terrible. Some of those vests are fucking... Oh yeah, these things are purchased DC 17 a piece as well. They're good vests. They are all tactical vests. 2 times 5. Alright, let's see here. All in all, those guns and stuff will go for, let's round that up to 6 purchase DC total.
Cool.
Which is pretty good. It would be worth more if you were all lower level, but I'm, instituting the scaling because,
Ah, I see.
yeah. Like, again, these kinds of purchases aren't as hard for you as they used to be. But yeah, so that's 6 total for you to split however you would like. It would look like probably, just everyone gets +1 purchase DC.
Nice. Good work, team.
Yep.
We did.
Yeah. Also, I'm going to...
Oh, I had an. Oh, I'm so. I forgot. I had another thing. I totally
Okay.
forgot about it.
Okay. What would you
Now
like to
I
do?
don't know about how well this will work out, but it might be worth it to try.
Alright.
So we have now. When Dirk died, we have all this stuff. However, Dirk still has stuff that we can't claim, like a bank account. However, we have all his stuff, which ostensibly includes his identification and his cell phone and stuff like that. And I could glamour myself to look like Dirk with my fairy magic. We could go through the steps needed to manually get Dirk into his bank account, like
Except you
an
can't lie.
I forgot my PIN number.
You can't lie anymore.
Fuck, that's right, I can't lie anymore.
Yeah.
Shit. Never mind. Never mind that.
Yeah, that's sadly...
doesn't-
You could try and do
Curses.
it, but it would be very difficult for you to try and acquire this money without telling a single lie. The moment you use, I would like to access, the moment you use the word my in reference to anything, you're in trouble. It won't work. Your mouth will dry up and you'll start taking damage.
Curses. That's right. I forgot about that. Damn it.
I'm sure you can think of a way to do it. Just it will probably take you some time to work out how.
We could forge a last will and testimony.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And we could name someone, one of us, the arbiter of his will.
It's not
And
like he left a
therefore- and-
body behind, however. They will have to just take your word
Shit.
for it that he's dead.
Fuck, that's right, his body.
What you would start is a search for the missing body of Dirk, an Irish
Which would not exist.
an ex-criminal Irish national who went off to America under a different identity.
Hold,
It feels very
You're
terrorist
right.
now to think about it.
That's bad. Okay, yeah.
hold on.
Yeah.
Mahi got her original glamour from the she, right?
Yeah.
But it just
Couldn't
makes
she
me.
just give one of us a glamour to look like Dirk?
That's what I was thinking.
One second, I'm gonna have to type Keener a thing.
Ow.
Are you okay, Rex?
Sorry, there's a lot of typey stuff.
I see. Okay.
There you go. Just generally why she don't offer deals to their own friends. There is a very, very dangerous word loop you can get trapped in. So, someone asks you for an object like that, not only do you have to go to someone else for help for the first time to learn how to do it, then they would be word bound with you, and that could be very dangerous in even casual conversation. You could do it though, and albeit to the risk.
So, can you give me an example
Okay.
of how
Um.
damage?
Okay. Let's put it this way: there are already people who have owences. For instance, you owe for a glamour. Imagine you met that person every single day. And the entire time, this meant they had to be careful not to make a request of you that in any way seemed to mirror the offer that was made for you. Because if they did that, and they didn't even realize they'd made this request, and then they didn't go out and immediately fulfill it, then they'd get cursed. And neither of them would have known it happened. Or worse, worse to like average she, they could accomplish that task and suddenly be called even the exchange of a very powerful magic item for a slip of the tongue, which is kind of the stuff of stories.
Let's see.
But yeah, offering stuff to friends is doable. It's just generally, it's not even that it's frowned upon, it's just generally not considered a safe thing because you might end up getting them cursed by mistake if they were, for instance, to not fulfill something in those terms.
Dang, don't do that.
Yeah. That said, you could do it. You will have to go to someone to teach you in the first place, and then you would be able to do so at will.
At will?
Well, essentially, yes, at will. I would also be handing you a lot of power, and I'm sure even Mahira in all of her lightheartedness would be aware that that's suddenly quite the...
I mean, yeah, my hair is all fun and jokes, but actually when it actually comes to, like, fairy stuff...
That's a huge-ass responsibility.
She actually takes it seriously. Like,
Indeed. As all of them do. Even
she puts on
Thumbelinas.
her serious face.
Yeah, even the Thumbelinas will, like, play fair when it comes to the Fae. Well, as fair as it gets. And to try and vaguely explain this for other players, making promises is not as light-hearted a thing, and you might end up making a promise by mistake if they're able to start providing like high-tense goods and services, and not even realizing you've then made that promise could then end up getting one or the other of you cursed for not completing it.
How delightful.
Yeah. The more power that Mahira accepts the ability to divest, then the more detached she will probably have to make herself from mortal living, because it gets more and more dangerous.
Alright. So from now on, when I'm thinking about Mahi, I'll just put on my vampire Requiem hat.
It's not a far off way to think about it, yeah. Like, owing each other as a dangerous thing accidentally, let alone owing each other on purpose.
Try not to say, I owe you one, in front of Mahira.
That is actually that is the main point there, absolutely.
Oh boy, now you have to be real careful about what we say around you.
Yeah. A life, especially if it's I owe you one in the context of like life saving, because suddenly it's like I owe you a life. That's scary. Keita, all of your characters get to just give me fucking weaponry and ammunition. It's delightful.
I know. It's that happens.
But yes, I guess you'll have, how are you guys going to be traveling off to the parks?
I also have a thing.
Ooh, you have a thing. Okay, what thing you want a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. I Yeah. Right at the end of last session, remember, I had said I wanted to get in contact with the artificer in London.
Right, yes. It was at night that this happened, so you would have to call them in the morning. And they gave you some contact details for that. Let's see here. I'm going to make a little, like, associates handout for people who can provide that kind of stuff, because it seems like a good idea. Make a little folder for it. And an artificer. It is. They have the cheesiest fucking name.
Spicy.
Oh my fucking god.
Yep.
Seriously?
Yep, that is their name.
I don't see it.
Right.
Grandiose Tinkera.
Grandiose Tinkerer.
Ugh, get out.
Would you like to guess Grandiose Tinkerer's race?
He's a gnome.
Yes,
Yeah.
Archmage Grandiose Tinkerer is a gnome.
I fucking knew it. Oh, hot skull.
Artificer. Resides in Kent. Magical workshop. Capable of creating equipment of +2 at cost. It's 2 deals. So, magical equipment. Identification. Communication. And investigation. There you go. Okay, so that's how much you know about Grandis.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get in contact with him, her,
Him.
him. Okay.
Sure. What time of day are you making this call at?
Let's call it 1 p.m. his time.
Okay. Yep, you make the call, and a phone picks up. It sounds like it's on loudspeaker and there's moving going on around in a room. Possibly a kitchen by the sound of like pots and pans and stuff.
Hello, Mr. Tinkerer.
Why, hello there. Oh, 1 second, please. I was just making some lunch. And then you hear like a pot get moved and the click of a hob. Then the phone is swapped off of loudspeaker. How may I help you?
I'm sorry. If this is a bad time, I can call back in a bit. I'm Dr. Hunter. I had wanted to inquire about some of your services, Mr. Tinkerer.
Okay then. What kind of services would you be looking into specifically? Do you have something that needs fixed up?
Something that needs a little enhancement.
Hmm. What kind of business would you say that you're in?
Table business, Mr. Tinkerer.
Okay then. What kind of enhancements are
Fixing
you looking
broken ones, specifically.
Oh. Oh, I should have guessed, right. Irish. Okay then. What kind of enhancements are you looking for specifically? You're free to talk plainly as well. I generally see to it that my conversations can't be observed by outside forces. Just so you're aware, if you're trying to record this call, then your recording device might burst into flames, so I would recommend turning any such things off.
Alright. Wasn't sure if you'd have that sort of thing going all the time, or you needed a clue to turn it on.
I have destroyed a lot of answering machines by mistake, but safety at any cost.
That's an ethos I can get behind. Just really a basic enhancement to a firearm. Accuracy and damage doesn't need to be anything.
Yeah, you're looking for the old
especially fancy.
+1, so to speak.
I think we might be able to stretch to a +2.
Okay then, how much money have you got? I'm just gonna say, +2 is a little bit more expensive. +1 is admittedly kind of prohibitively expensive considering it's a magical enhancement made to firearms, swords, blades, knives, and smashy things, but at the same time, +2 requires a little bit more investment of physical tools and essentially magical refinements that I have to process myself or get imported.
Well, I had thought I might be able to send you some of the materials for that. Or
Yeah.
even if you wouldn't be able to use them as materials, so that something you will undoubtedly be able to make use of.
You're looking to perform a trade. Have you got magical equipment yourself? Have you happened to have any flakes residium?
Not Residium, but have you ever heard of a creature known as a soul-eating murderer, Mr. Tinkerer?
A soul-eating murder, you say? What kind of origin is this off top of the head?
Fey origin.
Ugh. The name sort of rings a bell. I thought that was a description and not an actual name, however.
That's what I've been told it is.
I'll be damned. I'll have to write that one
To
down.
observe I wasn't there to observe the creature directly. Might be a description, might be a name. In any event, you're familiar with what I'm referring to, yes?
To a degree, yes. If there's anything
And
more
you're-
pointive about this thing's origins that I should know, then please feel free to divulge.
Hold on. John will pull the phone away from his mouth and look around briefly for Mahi.
Well, it's 1 p.m., so she'd probably be out of bed. I don't know. Where's Mahira at?
Hello? Kina?
Nafis?
Are you muted again? Alright, let's just, we'll hand wave over it and say that you provide descriptions.
Yeah.
Also, I forgot to update the date because it's the next day. January the 23rd.
Third?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, that sort of thing. Well,
Hmm.
I have in my possession part of its remains.
Interesting.
Specifically, a part formed from it having consumed a victim.
It's not sentient still, is it? Or something like that?
I don't believe so.
Hmm. Alright, it might be that I'll have to send along some kind of special packaging in order to receive it, because that sounds like something I don't really want going on open mail, unless you happen to be stopping by Kent anytime soon, in which case I can organize a meeting.
No, no. We won't be heading your way for a little while.
Alright then, I'll have to send you a warded box.
Alright. And you'll want me to send the material and the weapon I want enhanced, yes?
Yes, how big is this weapon? It'll dictate how big a warded box I'm selling, because I might as well include both in both, especially since sending weapons by mail is usually quite a complicated process. It would be easier if it was hidden away by a little bit of magic.
It's a pistol with a suppressor.
Oh, so you mean a medium-sized weapon? No, I'm kidding. Okay then. Sure, if this thing is as powerful as you say it is, I might be able to do you a little bit of an extra on the side. We'll see. Especially if I end up using it specifically as the ingredients.
Alright. How much is this going to run me?
Well, from the sounds of the material, it's not like I can harvest only a portion of it and give it back to you, and it's probably worth a lot more than the actual work would be worth, so we'll call it free of charge and I'll keep what's left over. Sound good to you? That is assuming it's legit, otherwise I'll be sending you a request for a check.
How dare you?
Well, in that case, if you can throw in a little extra fanciness.
Yep.
Not going to request anything, so I'm not disappointed, but a nice surprise is always welcome.
Fair enough. I mean, yes, I mean, it sounds like it'll be a potent magical piece of equipment, and, +2 is relatively simple for what's being described. Again, it'll depend on its actual potency when I receive it. But yes, I will, I'll get a warded box together, it's big enough, and then have it sent over, and then he will spend the next, 20 or so minutes getting other details neatened up, like, where are you, couriers, times to pick up, etc., etc.
I would actually inquire about the possibility of getting 2 pistols done.
I can probably do 2 at the same time. It would probably be that anything extra that gets enchanted onto them would have to be the same enchantment, so don't go thinking you're going to get any kind of ebony-ivory deal, but it's within the realm of possibility. We'll see how much this object is worth as far as potency is concerned. If you're looking to get 2 pistols enchanted, you'll probably want them to be of similar appearance, weight, etc.
They're the same type of pistol. One is of a slightly finer quality than the other, but
Should be fine.
alright.
Okay. From the sounds of it, it will take 3 days for you to get this warded box. It will be large enough to put the bracelet in and a couple of guns. When you receive it, he will warn you that when you've finished sealing the box, you will probably forget what you put in it. You will have to try really hard to remember it. It's generally so that whenever a postman looks over it, they don't think, I need to check this. They think that they've already done it. It's a little bit of special mindfuckery. Not particularly potent. You'll be able to look through it if you try hard enough. But also it will block magical auras, etc.
Okay.
Now that sounds illegal.
It is. It will make people think it has already gone through customs.
I'm not sure I approve of this nonsense.
Is it a cocaine delivery?
I will also tell him that I am going on a job in the next couple of days. It might take a day or two from the box arriving for me to send it back.
That's fine. You can always send me a message once you've actually shipped the box off to me. Try not to keep it away for a couple of weeks. Those things are expensive.
Understood.
Thank you. Sending out a wadded box. Cool. I put extra info just in the GM layer so I don't forget it. Alright.
Don't you dare forget it.
Don't you dare forget. What was it, your guns? 257s?
Yep. 257 pistols. +3 masterwork and +2 masterwork.
Yeah, it's of slightly inferior quality. Both fucking works of art, but, you know, slightly inferior quality.
Yeah. One is the best that the factory could possibly produce. The other was basically taken apart and remade by a savant.
Yep. I must take plaster cast molds of your hand. He's got like a wall that's just lots of hands.
That's creepy.
Well, what else are you going to do with it? Maybe the same customer will want another custom job. It's like, has your hand changed drastically in the past such and such? I can turn this one over real quick. Okay. Let's see here. Is Kina back?
Not that I'm aware. No.
I swear I saw a green circle appear, but I heard no voice.
Yeah, I'm seeing a green circle as well.
I'm here. I didn't leave.
Oh, you were asked questions and stuff and didn't answer.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's weird.
Yeah.
I guess I just didn't hear them. They've been here the whole time.
I'll be
What
down.
were the questions?
They wanted you to describe the actual soul-eating murderer, and then the question also became like, what is Mahira doing at like 1 p.m. the next day?
At one. That's a very specific time.
That's because this is when Dr. Hunter was making a phone call to the gnome.
Oh, I mean, I don't really have anything to do. I'm at home. I'm like at the castle.
Yeah, so you'd probably just be there, no doubt,
Yeah.
poring over your mad sciences and then your mundane sciences.
Yes.
But okay. Is it that same day that you guys are planning to travel to your destination, or are you going to be going the following day so
Well-
that it is not dark when you are there?
I think we should do some like. Now that we have this job, we should like look into it a bit. Like maybe actually look up the news articles online about it.
Okay.
Maybe see if any evidence was found or anything like that. Like, try and find some information.
Suggested research, I approve. Okay then, how would you like to try and discover this information?
Well, I think first, just in news website, news sites, and like this is probably an event like this would be some big news, and it would be pretty easy to just find.
Yep.
If we want to look for like more important things, we might have to like I don't know.
Let's
Not
see here.
sure.
What is it? Gather information is a skill in this or not? Yes, it is. It's a skill in
Oh
this.
yeah, gather information.
Okay then, make a gather information check. You can make two. One of them, the DC is non-existent. It's just basically how much you go through, and that's information that's in the public eye. And the second, gather information, which is more challenging, is anything that people who are in the business happen to know about it.
All right, I'm not gonna lie. Two of the things that Mahara is not good at is research and gather information.
So you're
You say
saying you need to
research
go
check?
to the... Yeah, I was gonna say, you happen to have a professional nerd vampire
And
Yes.
the doctor.
and a professional nerd doctor.
It's just
Also,
see, it's
I
just
kinda
that
hate
trying to like trying to sift through all this information is always it's just kind of a little
Challenging for the ADD
boring.
fairy.
It's a little bit. It's just
I
so
kind
easy
of,
to get it's just so easy to get distracted with other things.
I imagine it's like 2 tabs that are work related, and then the longer you spend trying to look at those 2 tabs, the more appear in your browser, and they are totally unrelated. There's like cat videos and GIFs and all sorts of bullshit. But okay then. Yeah, who would like to make the gather information check?
Not me. I don't know shit about that.
Fair.
I have a +2. So
Hmm.
Mahi is immediately gonna be better just from raw stats.
You say that.
What is Mahira's gather information check?
It is 2.
So we're as good as each other.
Sweet.
Yay.
Simon, what's your gather information?
Let's see here. 0.
What?
What?
Gather information is a charisma-based skill.
It is. It is indeed.
Yes.
All
Now,
right.
if we're doing research, I have a 14.
Yeah, no, this isn't a research
Well-
matter, sadly.
Well,
Well-
I'm gonna give it a try.
Yeah.
Who wants to assist the other one, Tina?
I don't think it matters. Well, okay, no, you assist me because you have no hero points left.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll roll to assist.
Hunter has hero points again because Hunter got them back, stealing them from Sandra's supply, if I remember rightly.
Well, I assisted the shit out of you. It's a 17,
So-
right?
So
Nice.
17, and then
Can you make it into the 20s?
No.
Oh,
a,
Okay.
a 1 and a 2.
alright, so it is going to take some time to get this information, like, to get good information. From the outset, public news states that on January the 19th, there were 3 parties of families there, in, like, one cabin set in Kipur Holiday Village, which is located beside the Wicklow Mountains National Park. They had all decided to travel together. Nothing important seems to turn up about the families at all themselves. It starts to seem like a case of wrong time. A mentally deranged woman had been seen on the site for the past few days previously. There is captured footage of her turning up at this essentially big play park. What the news says is that the children were gathered up and out of the way and kept as hostages at gunpoint. And then the children were, God, how did they describe it? Psychologically controlled, aka like they used a weird gas or something to disable the children. In the confusion of the situation, the deranged woman shot dead the parents of the children.
Hmm.
Oh boy, disabled children. My favorite.
That's the public version.
Yep, 9 children were gassed and kidnapped. 6 adults were killed. The parents of the children. And that's the obvious information that you've got. From it you can posit stuff like fucking mind control magic was used to filter the children away because they didn't all like run and scatter at this gunning down of their parents. If even it was a gunning. There was some footage captured.
Well, what are we doing not watching that footage then?
Well, it's the UK. They don't tend to keep like news footage of people getting gunned down. That doesn't happen here ever. There's never
Are you
footage of
really
that kind of
trying
thing.
to tell me it's not on r/watch people die?
Correct.
That's what you're trying to tell me?
Yes.
No way. Everything goes up there.
Not in fucking England, it doesn't.
Reddit is
UK.
universal.
Reddit is universal, but the footage still has to come from somewhere. And no, this was a surprise travesty. There is no recorded footage of the incident, and there is supposedly CCTV footage, but it is currently in police custody. Not just police custody,
Right.
even. It's in
So-
like more layers of custody than one might think of.
Here's the plan. We blow up the police station and make off with the floppy disk that has the info on it.
What is this, fucking Shadowrun?
Floppy disk? What are you talking about?
In Shadowrun, it's a
server or
fucking floppy
something.
disk.
Yeah,
I
it would
missed
be a
the
floppy disk in
90s.
Shadowrun.
I missed the 90s where a floppy disk could save or destroy the world. Like, it was always, like, all in all the cartoons or, like, shows.
It's all
the,
mirror
like,
shades and
world
black trench coat.
destroying-
Yep.
Yeah, like, the like, world-destroying information was always on a floppy disk.
Yeah, the virus to crash the economies, quote unquote. If they got this floppy disk with the virus to crash all the economies plugged onto the server at the United Servers house. But
So
yes,
that's
that's
the plan. We create an atrocity to investigate an atrocity.
Okay. So some
We
hacking
blow up
could
the
be done,
police station.
possibly, to get some information out of the police, like find this withheld CCTV footage.
You guys aren't thinking boom enough.
We're
You
not
want-
pink
you
mohawk
want them?
enough
I
for
have
this.
Yes,
Please
you are
do
not
it.
pink
I
mohawk.
also-
That's the phrase. Pink mohawk.
Right, so computer used to be able to try and find this information and the like?
I believe it's securities for you.
Would
No.
it not be computers?
Oh no, securities is
Hacking?
physical. Yes, hacking host computers.
Haha.
Go for it,
I'll-
Hackerman.
I'll roll to assist.
Whoa.
Ding dong, your opinion is wrong.
35.
37.
That's not a threshold.
the mightiest threshold.
I mean, I was trying to say I'll roll to assist beforehand.
Yeah, I know. There you go. All hacked.
You beat an exceptional level security.
Yeah.
You were almost a maximum level security check.
Yep.
Fuck.
Yeah, the dice don't get much higher than that. The issue is getting a hard point to the police. However, you you find enough soft points to someone who is hooked up to a police computer and do hacking through their location. Not only that, with that kind of check, they won't even know they were infiltrated, let alone attempt to trace you back.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Mm-hmm. I love that gift so much.
It is
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
Yes.
And it's also that it's being done on printers occasionally. It's even better. I mean, Simon rolls so deep that he could totally hack a computer with like a wireless scanner. Just gotta rejigger the code, my bobs. So yeah, you acquire some horrific CCTV footage. You are the one to acquire this. Dr. Hunter is there assisting, quote unquote. More like just watching him be amazing, but saying you could do it things, I suppose. Does anyone else come to view this, or are you two going to go ahead and watch it first?
There was also another thing I wanted Simon to do.
Right.
Yes.
The detective thing as well.
You
Hey,
want
wait
to
a
make you want to insert the identity of a real detective. Okay, that is like absolutely within your abilities. However, it will take time to do it because you can't just invent someone overnight.
Of course.
But you can, gradually develop this identity and then push it into a database once you've got all the relative information put together. Because some of it actually just takes someone else's like legal paperwork and processing time to actually create that kind of documentation. It's like, this guy needs a certificate for X, and then it still comes down to someone in HR like a fucking half the country away who has to actually still put it on. So yeah, roll
Also,
me 1d7 plus 7.
If we're gonna be watching public deaths, then I want to be there.
Alright. Alright. It will take 9 days for you to have a legitimate investigator, but with your check you can create an investigator that will temporarily pass under moderate scrutiny.
Alright, that's
So what's
fairly
this
easy.
investigator's name? Sorry, detective's name.
If you don't make it the guy from Pink
Would you like
Panther,
the
I'm
name
gonna
to
be
be?
really disappointed.
What's the name of the guy from
Jacques
Pink
Lusso.
Panther?
Yeah, I want to say
Jacques Lusso.
I can't
Jacques
words
Lusso.
right now. I'm sorry. I'm most of the way.
That sounds fine.
What are you drinking?
My usual horse piss.
Ah,
Check this.
one day I
spelling.
will just send you good drink, Nixie.
I can't go into an ABC store yet. I'm
There,
not 21.
it's right there. I just put it in.
Thank you. In a permanent pseudonym, Jacques Rousseau.
Wait, you actually did
I
it.
kind of feel like making it a movie reference is a bad idea. That seems like a rather
know.
obvious, like,
Change it
obvious thing.
slightly. Like, make it just Jack Cluster. That sounds like something that is actually plausible.
That's
Like,
one of those things where it's like,
someone
ha
would just-
ha ha, yeah, that never gets old.
Yeah,
Yeah, just be like, yes, my parent. Like the moment he introduces himself, yes, my parents were very big Pink Panther fans. Yes, I've heard the joke 1,000 times. Can we move on and get to the case, please? Just like an exasperated tone, and I guarantee they'll ignore him.
Alright. There you go, on the fake IDs at the bottom. In 9 days, you'll have a legitimate detective, Jacques Lusso. Right now, you have a Jacques Lusso. He is totally on the database and exists as a person. However, like, in-depth scrutiny will reveal him because you just cannot actually generate that paperwork immediately. It needs to be processed by more people than just Simon the Amazing.
Alright, that should be it, Doc. In 9 days, you'll have that. Thank God for my experimentations in college.
It's a child of two gay fathers who are very much into Pink Panther. There's a family picture of young Jack and 2 men with big mustaches that everyone's like, that must be him. Okay. So yeah, you get 2 bits of hacking done. And it's time to reveal the CCTV. Who is watching then at the time of this?
Me.
Sure.
Seems like it's Vex, Simon, and Hunter.
Okie dokie. Alright then. So...
This is a morbid person. He wouldn't miss this.
Yeah. At first, it's one of those feeds where you can see multiple CCTVs that are looking in the vague direction. One of them is tracking the lady's approach to the children's park. There's one overlooking the park itself, one overlooking a car park, and one overlooking what looks like where the like play area ends and like the woods that go into the mountains themselves begin. And you're able to watch her approach. Let's have a think here.
Does it do that? Does it do that horror movie thing where they're walking, and then the camera just like fuzzes out, and she's like just somewhere else?
Not yet, at the least.
Oh,
She walks up normally. You can see that it is a woman. I mean, the footage is moderately grainy because it's CCTV footage and it's always ass, and it's probably been there for like 20 years, but it works at least, which is a start. Looks to be about mid-30s, 5'10", wearing heavy clothes. That's not unusual. It's fucking freezing cold.
I mean, sort of a tangent here, but it has to always be like ass quality. the amount of storage it would require to have 24/7 like high quality footage saved of numerous cameras of a certain area would be ridiculous. They can't have high quality stuff everywhere because that would just take so much power and storage.
That's true. It's gotten better these days, but this is also admittedly a few years in the past, so they would still be running standard instead of current London, which is actually a lot clearer, and a lot of data is absorbed every single day. And local on-site servers are also capable of receiving this kind of thing. Indeed, a national park with like children and stuff playing in it probably would be updated by now, but as of this time, you're correct as well. Like, they just don't have the means. It's an old CCTV system. They do not have the storage required either. But yes, you see her approach rather normally, like all bundled up, like arms in her sleeves. I'm going to ask for a spot check from you all as she approaches the park proper.
Where's my character sheet?
Fun again, Ash sees it immediately.
I mean, it's a class skill, so.
Fucking.
But rolling spot?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hey, I see it.
Yeah, a lot of you see it. Ash sees it most clearly. In the car park, where there are currently, like, you know, a number of cars sat there, you'd swear that one of them that was in one parking spot is an entirely different one. Like, a car just changes spots and then changes back, like, maybe the moment of a half second. It seems like such a casually nonsense thing, but quite literally there is, say, like, a... well, I mean, it's all black and white footage, so a black-looking Ford Fiesta is next to a black-looking Kia, and for the barest, tiniest blink, you'd swear that they were in different spots in this car park before they moved back again. And it doesn't look like a glitch. There's no, like, fuzzing of any lines. There's no, like, you don't see, like, the white tape recorder line move over it. Any police files, you can't see that they've flagged this, so apparently it skipped them by. Like, their attention was not on this car park. But two cars swap place.
How could they not be paying attention to the car park?
Because
What in the
there
actual
was...
fuck are they doing?
Well, I mean, the crime is happening totally elsewhere.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm being sarcastic.
No, okay. It's hard to tell because your drunk voice is like your sarcastic voice at the same time. But yeah, it's just like the corner of your eyes when you notice that there is a brief moment where two things don't line up. And then you're able to follow it as this lady approaches the park. There are some kids that are all doing kid playing in playground things, like hanging off of monkey bars, chasing each other, spinning on the spinny thing that makes you want to puke. And there are a number of parents who are all sort of sat drinking from like thermoses, smoking, and generally having like, hey, we're a bunch of families and our kids are out of the fucking way while we sit and relax kind of things going on. And then there is another one of those half seconds where something doesn't line up, and that does show up on a police comment. Like, you can see that there is an itemized list of things that they've noticed, and like there is a clear skip that it is put down to a technical fault, and it happens from the time that the lady reaches into her coat and the time that she's holding out what appears to be a gun.
Hold on. Could I possibly recognize this as one of the cantrips known as haywire, which causes electrical devices to behave erratically and the like?
The issue with it is that haywire is very specifically, it would just fucking fuck all that shit up. You wouldn't have as clear footage as you do have. There are other things that can be used to impart that kind of alteration that work and you know of, but there's also no way to prove it. Like, whether you know that it's... Like, you already know it's possible. Whether you can prove it or not is physically impossible. It's a reasonable assumption based on the fact that things change that shouldn't be changed.
Okay, then.
Yeah, haywire actually just fucking fucks everything up. In fact, if this was a spellcasting person instead of just a crazy lady, haywire would be the thing that you'd expect them to do.
Oh, that didn't work.
Yeah, you put it in.
Shit.
You need to do square brackets with the letter in them first,
Oh, square brackets.
and then do normal brackets with the GIF in it. Yeah, that is absolutely. She's watching. Oh goodness.
So wait, square brackets and
So,
then
like,
regular brackets?
Say like a square bracket, the letter A, closed square bracket, and then like just normal brackets with the link in it.
Oh,
It's pinned in the real herd general, Kina.
I didn't do anything at all.
You missed the open
Oh, I
the
fucking
open
missed
bracket.
it.
All right, third time's a charm. I believe in you.
Hey,
Why? Just
I wonder if it doesn't
Kina,
support GIF V.
Look in
Oh.
the real herd general. Pinned Scouse message. That's the explanation of how to do it.
No, it doesn't support GIF V. That would be why. It supports GIF, but not GIF V.
Really?
Yep.
How dreadful.
everything sucks.
There you go.
I love that little. I love that so much.
It is pretty
You.
Kitty.
stealing the shit out of some socks. There is just there is Alana like all the way lampreyed onto Mahara, staring intently at the cat.
just going crazy.
It's fucking loves the shit out of that sock. Ah, delightful. But okay. Anyway, the footage continues on, and you see her move her hands in a strange way. And this time is when there's that horror movie fuzzing. Her hand goes out, there is a fuzz, and then you can see like the children all like maybe 3 seconds later all huddled in one corner of this playground. You can't make out any of their expressions. I mean, they're all like dressed for winter anyway, so it's a lot of hats and coats. And the parents are all sort of stood in various states of alarm. This lady is holding out what appears to be a gun. Can I get another spot check, please?
All of us?
Dang,
Yeah, who's watching?
I can't just roll with my earlier nat 20.
No, you're looking for different things this time.
No.
Ash is
Can I try a spell
Plus 15 helps.
for things that might make all of the children huddle up all at once?
You can, yes.
I will assist.
All right then.
I will not.
All right. When you're looking at this, like 2 seconds, 2-3 seconds is barely enough time physically for all of these kids to have suddenly huddled into the corner of the playground. Like, for her to have, in order to have been like, move, get in that corner with a gun, there would still, you would assume, be time to like get from point A to point B, to get all of these kids who are spread around the park playing in a place to stand somewhere else. You're fairly sure it's a type of magic that was utilized, however there are a lot of possibilities that it could be. Quite high level magic though. It's no mean feat for someone to just make a whole group of kids just dominate a whole bunch of minor minds, or to illusory a whole bunch of them. Like, there are also multiple schools that could do it, and admittedly depending on the school would explain in different ways. If she casted the spell further away too. And then, you know, like, it didn't really take effect until she got closer. That's also a possibility. Ash, you do see something. It was within, like, the fuzzing of the, like, the very last, like, the splittest second of the fuzz ending, and then, like, clarity returning to the image. You would swear that she's sliding a wand up into her sleeve.
Ooh.
Like, a stick-like object that had been in a free, not gun-holding hand is being slipped away. But you didn't see her get it
Very
out.
clever.
Yeah, you did not see her get it out in the first place. Maybe something happened during the time skip.
Huh.
It's like, you can go back and freeze frame and you're like, that looks like the tip of a wand. Or a stick. Maybe she's just carrying the tip of a stick that she really needed to push into her sleeve. But it's pretty reasonable assumption, all things considered.
Okay then.
And then what follows is the case of her graphically gunning down these 6 people. The most haunting part of it is that none of the children react. You're pretty certain they're watching this event unfold. Like, their eyes aren't on the lady, they're on their parents. And she holds up her gun and fires 6 times, and they all go down.
Spicy.
And then they all walk away into the woods. The footage goes on for a while, and you can see people start, like, arriving at the scene of this crime. Like, you know, then suddenly, like, staff trying desperately to deal with the fact that they've got, 6 dead people on site. And then there's the police information that came with this, things about how, corroborating information, where was X, where was Y, who is this woman. Then there is an identity for her. It would appear to be a mental patient that had been released, supposedly, from a... I'm trying to think of the fucking... 1 second. It would appear to be a court hospital in the middle of Wales. They had gone missing a few months before.
Missing.
Yep, about a month. This would appear to be that same missing individual.
So were they released from the hospital and then went missing?
There is no information about that specifically as, like, the addendums to these files. However, it is within Simon's abilities to just go hunting for this. I'm not even going to bother asking for the role. It would appear that she was actually due for her release interview, but she went missing, essentially, like, the day before her release interview. There are records of her having had visitors during those last few days, and that person is currently held, under arrest until pending, like, more information. They weren't arrested, like, immediately after this happened. They were arrested after the fact when this insane woman turned back up again.
So they were arrested after the
crime
were gunned down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. This crazy Welsh woman turns up, does some horrible things. The police do their due diligence, discover that there was a person who had been in contact with her before she escaped, and then immediately arrested them pending further oversight. I have to, like, write these same details down as just notes to myself because I don't have faith in my brain's ability to remember them next time.
That's fine. Let us know when you're done with your own notes.
Yep. She escaped from the asylum December 17th. And her name... Welsh surnames. I haven't thought of a name for her. Oh, God, it's not... I refuse to pick Jones. The most common surname ever.
I don't know about that. Probably close.
In Wales it is. No, 5.75.
It seriously is.
Yeah.
It's,
Nearly 6% of Welsh people have the surname Jones.
I think the next two most common Welsh surnames are actually parts of my name, which would distress me slightly.
They are Williams and Davies, and they are both identical percentages at 3.72.
I'm a little further down.
All right. It is Claudia Moss, which Lana knows. Oops. And the associate who helped her get out was Jackie Owens. Currently in police custody. What do you do now?
So, what do you think?
Oh, we could
Scott?
try. Well, oh wait, this person's in police custody,
That is correct. Jackie Owens
so
is
we
in police
can't
custody.
go and just talk to them about this person.
The BID Simon's put in when it might stand up to like check this badge number, check this name briefly, but trying to actually interrogate a prisoner, that would be a more
Especially
rigorous
if, unless
check, I imagine.
this detective isn't assigned to the case, so can't just go talking to them.
We could always try and scout out that force that they all walked into. Possibly something left there for us to find.
How big is this park?
Let's see here exactly, because I picked a
Can we
location
pull
that
up Google
exists.
Maps?
Correct. Yeah, pull up Google Maps. If you pull up the location, you will find it.
What's the name of the location again?
Bottommost line.
Thank you.
Wicklow Mountains National Park in Ireland. It is big. And then on the exact opposite side, like the southernmost opposite end of the national park, is Glendalough, where you guys were before.
Mm.
Would you believe that right now, at nearly
Yes.
3 o'clock in the morning, it's not busy in the national park?
It's true. Now would be a
Wow,
good
really?
time. And you know what? Oh my God! You know what? If we should go. We should go right now. Because I have got the hunt. I've got the soul-eating murderer's eye, and I can see in heat. I can see heat signatures. I can, and
You
it's
mean
dark
like
and
all
it's
of the
quiet. It's dark and
trees?
quiet. I could just fly above the treetops.
You'd see all of the trees out here.
I see. No, that's not how it works. I'll see.
Trees are also hot.
Well, it would help me see things.
It would. You would be able to see perfectly at night. There is the issue that it is currently being looked at by the police, including things like helicopters constantly going over the national park, doing things like
Shit, that's
checking
right,
for
there's-
heat signatures.
Shit, that's right. They're searching for fucking.
For like a
children.
lot of missing kids and a crazy armed woman.
And that's even
Hmm.
assuming that they're still there.
Oh, there'd be search parties. How long ago did this happen? Like,
This
when did this happen?
this happened. This January the 19th, so it would have been 4 days ago.
Fuck yeah, they're in full search mode. Like
Full
they're
on search mode.
scouring that place, which is weird. I mean, there's a lot of ground to cover, but
There is a break between Gravale and Duff Hill, and that continues down into the other, like, essentially half of the national parks. Where Glendalough is. Zoom out, you'll see it. Sally Gap, Tinnick, and then Glendalough is, like, the other mess.
Is that the same park, though? That's the question.
I don't know. I don't know. To actually think about it, I don't know myself personally if they qualified as the same. I think they are.
Side in setting.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. They class as the same park.
Okay.
I mean, anywhere with a tree right now is probably being checked by police.
I should have said, okay, I'm sorry, I made a mistake in saying there were trees, because I'm looking at this and there's fuck nothing here.
Seriously?
This is just like a flat, open fucking ground. It's just,
There are
like
little trees by the river. Yeah, and that's all.
there's like it's like just flat, it's just, there's nothing, it's just fields, this was flat ground, there's no cover or trees or anything, which is makes this even more insane,
There are
actually.
some trees, actually.
There are. Like, I don't know if you try to zoom in, but that's actually a lot of land right there. I'll give you a great big old picture.
How do I get out of this?
But yeah, Scout,
Okay, maybe that's just the road I was on.
Like in that picture you've linked, those trees are right by the river, and then it's clear hill.
Ew,
Yeah, a lot
balls.
of it is just clear open ground.
I might have to then, go sub-meta and say that it is still tree-ish. It's still treasonous.
Let's just change things around and say there's a there's a forest. There's a little forest there, I guess. And there's some places, but fuck, there's like almost nowhere for this person to hide. Or unless you want to change things around and say like this is a forest. This is a forest park.
Well, it's like I was going with essentially this is what Capura looks like, which is just a fucking shit ton of it.
Yeah, but outside of there, there's nothing. The actual national park is a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, look at the second link, just Capura. Like, that is. I thought I wasn't crazy. Like, that is a shit ton of trees.
Okay. Well,
Like,
whatever.
that looks like that green there isn't grass. That's trees. I'm pretty sure.
In the Kipur one.
Yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure most of that. It's really hard to tell.
Yeah, I
actually.
thought it was trees, but now that you're saying there's lots of flat land, I'm like, fucking, well, fuck.
Yeah, like if you actually go to the actual satellite view of the national park, you can clearly see that there's very little actual vegetation, like trees. But there's a lot of trees in the areas surrounding the park.
Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, it's like cottages to rent in forest countryside. So I mean, there are still quite a lot of them. They probably then a route of escape would have been alongside the River Liffey, and then they've vanished from sight. Like, it doesn't change things too much actually. They definitely left into a wooded area in the middle of winter, which shouldn't be good cover at all. But they have thus far not been found by the police.
They probably would have headed like north, and then
Maybe they're in the hills.
I hope not. I hear they have eyes, and that movie was terrible. Oh my god! I just found a place that's called Fairy Castle.
Welcome to Ireland. It's basically a
Oh,
lot
just
of
a
rocks.
pile of rocks.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, the fairy castle is a castle for fairies. It is just a shit ton of rocks that someone decided is the fairy castle. There you go.
Well, I mean, I suppose that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what entertains me somewhat? The suburb of Dublin called Swords.
Swords.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool name shit here. Yeah, piles of rocks and similar. And indeed, if you go to a fairy fort in Ireland, you'll find some goddamn fairies. Shit, they want you to build a fairy fort in the Drimner Castle grounds, but your Bodhi has decided very much so that would ruin the grounds.
Oh. I can't have a big pile. I'm not allowed to have a big pile.
You're
of
not allowed
rocks.
to just put a big pile of rocks in the middle of the castle's grounds. I mean, you can certainly do it and force her to stop trying to, like, take them down again. Ow. Creepy noise. Apparently, Swords is a shithole and Blue lives quite close. But,
It has a fine name.
it does. It is a fine name. At least you don't live in Cleveland. That's what the steamer is named after.
Hey,
I don't know if you've actually seen Cleveland. It's the most boring place I've ever had the misfortune of having to research. For D&D, of course. D&D makes me look at all sorts of things. I didn't look for Cleveland steamers, just so you're aware. I don't need that in my psyche.
Why did Google
If you say
Street
so.
View put a point right in the middle of nowhere? Oh, I mean, it is really nice.
Yeah.
It is actually rather scenic in this one little spot.
You're just exploring in satellite view.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, another very
Oh, I don't
Irish
like
statement.
this
The town
area.
next to me was burnt down by the Black and Tans. Sadly, it was rebuilt. What the fuck, man?
Sadly, it was
Black and Tans, I believe, was a British military unit.
Yeah, it sounds actually incredible. It's no, they're Irish reserves. But it does sound like something epically racist instead.
Actually, this area right here looks like it would probably be where the crime scene actually took place.
Yeah, the brief research I
British
did made it look.
Reserves of the Royal Irish Constabulary.
It was pretty
They-
much there.
they
I
were
said
our guys.
Irish reserves.
Slight difference.
Yeah, they were recruited to assist during the Irish War of Independence. I'm sure Blue can tell us all about the Black and Tans, though. And indeed, just so you're aware, America, we're not just being really racist. That's what it was called.
Let's see. Can you guys like? Let's see. Can you go to the? Does this link actually work? Oh, that's the big link. Can you can you click on that and where does it go?
It gives me a ground view. It's taking some time to load in. I can see a tree. Oh, there we go.
I see a tree and like a little brook stream kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah. That's the spot. This looks like a place where that murder would probably have taken place. This one
Looks
little-
like
this little area.
you could do the shit out of a murder around here. Yeah, no, this is actually the kinds of like when I was looking for footage, it was like just all fucking trees and shit like this. It was like, so it must be covered in forests, and then like the not satellite view, but just the Google Maps view shows it as a big green space. The same
Yeah,
as the other
it's-
national park you went to, which was full of trees and marsh. It's just like, what the fuck is this nonsense? Oh well, whatever.
I mean, the other national park we went to was just the far southern part of this one.
Yeah, yeah, you had a lot of idyllic land. I want to go there at some point. Looks like it'd be nice. Although I'd have to resolve that
Yeah.
no internet issue that's so ruins so many nice nature places.
Yeah. People knowing about places sucks.
Very much so.
It really does.
Oh well, that's what I get. I chose the real world. The real world
There's a
shows me.
cemetery in this, just right in the middle of this national park.
It's probably not an active one, but yeah.
There's a huge cemetery with a tower in the middle of it.
Yeah, it's probably older than a large portion of America.
Probably.
If not all of it.
A large port? Yeah, almost certainly older than all of that.
Okay, so if these grounds are being searched a whole lot, how are we going to go about searching them for this bitch? We'll need like we would definitely need like a cover story or something to if someone spots us wandering around.
We could possibly say that we're private detectives hired by other family members to investigate this kind of thing.
That might work. But then they'd probably like give us a hard time because they're the police.
Yep.
And we're just a bunch of schmucks.
Tell you what, I'm aware that Amgel's not going to be present for a little while. How about Simon
Right.
goes off to Wales to see about this associate? That way,
That would, yeah, that might
temporary
be okay.
NPC Simon Rossi can dump some information on you.
Yeah.
That'd work.
Excellent. Okay. But yes, let's see here. You also have contacts capable of helping you out with stuff as well. Information specialists, I don't know. Maybe that's just crazy talk. Hello?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. It was just sudden periods of silence from just like, what the fuck happened? So, what is your plan of action then for trying to locate this woman? For all intents and purposes, we're going to say there's a heavily wooded area. Well, I mean, I'm obviously right in that boat myself for not sleeping. Sleep is a lie. A mistake.
Well, first we'll need to make. Well, first we'll, if we're gonna go with this private detective thing, we'll have to have an actual cover.
Like the ID that I had just made and is
Yes.
getting processed.
Yes, that will. Yeah, that would work probably.
Well, then, why is this detective being sent on to it?
I couldn't hear a word of that, Merce.
And why is this detective we're creating being set onto it? That needs to be part of the cover as well.
That's a good point. We would have to have a second cover then, because this detective that was created is going to go investigate the other person.
Tell you what, Simon could just make you another identity. It wouldn't be a police detective, but he could make you a PI that might get you away with not getting shot.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Tell you what, can I get a computer use and...
But what if they notice we have guns?
You do not want to walk around armed in the forest, that's for sure. Well, I mean, you don't want to walk
But
around
we don't-
visibly armed in the forest.
We don't want to be visibly armed. We don't want to be not armed, though.
We do have our licenses, but
But
they
are those
technically
concealed
legal.
carry permits? Those are very different. Do those work as concealed carry?
Gun licenses aren't concealed carry permits, those don't.
We have licenses to own the weapons we have, but we don't have the stuff to just be able to carry them.
Yeah, this is not America.
I don't even think
mean,
you can
Ireland
get
is
those
actually
in.
almost as permissive as America, Scout.
Let's see here. Concealed carry in Northern Ireland.
We're not in Northern
Sorry,
Ireland.
I'm just reading the title of things out loud. It was named that, and then it says Ireland afterwards.
Yeah. Remember, Northern Ireland is the only place in the UK where it's illegal to own handguns.
Yeah, it is. They have a lot of sport hunting there. Let's see here. Guns in the ROI. Let's see here. Yeah, actually, you can. Let's see here. Civilian possession, registered, police registered, firearm authorization. I knew a bunch about that. My dad did a bunch of firearms recertification while he was in Ireland. A big lorry with bulletproof internals drives around, so they can do certification on the go, and you just do range shooting into a lorry. Into a real big truck. They're like, these targets come up and they're like, alright, would you like to try the, I can't remember what they were using, I think it was Glock 17s. And then at one point they were like, and also here, it's an MP5, go fucking nuts. And then he shoots a couple times like, that's pretty good. He goes, alright, now try automatic and aim at the back of the lorry. And he just goes, just drives off away. So that's scary and dangerous. He's like, yeah, it's scary and dangerous. You're damn right.
Scary and dangerous.
Let's see here. Genuine reason for ownership of fire. Guard are satisfied. I believe the identities that you have for your it doesn't matter as long as you don't call it whatever. You would actually be okay with concealed carry. Yes, actually, you're all right with the identities that you all currently have.
Wow, seriously?
Yes. I mean,
shit.
they will still absolutely challenge you on it if they see you with it, but legally you're cool. The police will still not be happy with it, though.
We can give them our licenses, and they'll be okay.
There would still be questions. They would still, like, temporarily apprehend you, but you'd be let go at the end of it. There you go. The best advice is don't get caught with your guns.
Right.
Really apply liberally the concealed portion of a concealed carry, and you're okay.
Well, I do believe I have I think I do believe the holsters I have are concealable.
Do not let Sandra bring her assault rifle. You're not getting away with that one, I'm afraid.
Yeah, that's not a thing. No.
There is no
Like
there is no concealed assault rifle license. As impressive as it would be to conceal your assault rifle.
Yeah, Sandra would have to make do with something else.
She has handguns. She just likes her M16 or whatever the fuck it was.
I mean, and it's a cool gun.
I can't remember what assault rifle it was. Let's check.
I have no idea.
It is. That's right. Yeah, she has a silenced M14. Yeah, no, she's not allowed to carry that. She has, however, got a silenced M1911, so she'll be just fine with that. I love my concealed M14. It's great.
Okay, so we've got the we have our private detective identification. Now, who's that going to be? Who's going to be carrying that one? Probably Dr. Hunter, honestly. Actually,
Who would you like to carry it? I still have to make it for you.
Isn't Mahara actually your best fast talker? I know Hunter would love to do it. He did at one point try to pretend he was a member of Russian Secret Service, I believe.
I mean, I have a really high bluff.
I have a 7.
However, you can't lie. So you have to bluff very carefully.
I would have to bluff very carefully.
Yeah, It should not be you if you can't lie. It wouldn't work at all.
I love not being able to lie personally because I get to play the evasive conversation game, but it isn't an easy game to play. So yeah, alright, what is Dr. Hunter going to be identified as?
Do you want me to say?
Actually, to be fair, it's Simon's choice.
So, what would you like this new identity to be, Doc? Personally, I'm a fan of using biblical names and colors.
Of using what? Sorry?
Biblical names and colors.
Ah,
Good old Daniel Blue.
Matthew Black, Simon Rossi, Peter Gray.
Peter Graybeal.
oh,
Well, while you guys do that, I'm gonna go out and buy a few things. That's okay. Some stuff might help come in handy on this adventure.
Ooh, what are you looking for? What are you buying?
Well, I'm looking to get. Let's see.
Turned.
Not survival gear. That's not it. Where was it? Where is it on this actual thing?
I don't know.
I'm looking for it on the actual. I mean, I can find it's.
Alright, your name is going to be Tank Cannon, private investigator.
Search and rescue kit. Oh, wait. No, there is. It is only a DC. It's only a DC 12. I can afford that easy shit. One search and rescue kit. Oh, do you guys want ghillie suits? No, that wouldn't be better. No, that would be better.
Just all of you are sauntering. Okay, just so you're aware, if there are police helicopters that are occasionally doing pass-bys, an entire party of people, heat signatures disguised as trees sauntering around are going to attract actually more attention than just walking around in the woods. Holy shit. It's like, okay, we understand that you're a private investigator and you've got assistants with you in order for your own protection, but also you're all in ghillie suits. This is the rare time that all of the police right now have assault rifles, have SMGs as they go through the forest. It's a very stealthy gun right there.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's see. It's well, I mean, oh, well, let's see. How much?
It just says if you do get caught, make sure there are no witnesses and all evidence is removed. Please do not shoot cops just to hide yourselves. That's the kind of thing where I start going, are you sure you want to keep that character sheet? How fond are you of being that character? Because that was hella evil.
That was a bad thing to do.
You did a bad thing, shooting all of these cops for catching you doing something illegal.
That's how you become like the wizard in California.
It's true.
how do you? No, I can Google it.
Killing a police officer in Ireland means you're fucked. Killing a police officer at all means you're fucked. Alright,
I could have sworn there was
Chef.
some kind of something else around here in this list that I could.
Jim Sheffer.
You can be sure that there'll be an Irish guy who goes, Jim Chef. Alright. Okay, excellent. Jacques Clouseau and Jim Chaffee. Incredible. Incroyable.
And at some point, you'll twig to like the naming scheme I'm using for my recent pseudonyms.
Aren't they all agents out of books?
No,
No, I don't know then.
Frank Gammon, Jim Chaffee.
Oh, okay. Alright. Name food.
Specifically Francis Bacon and James Cook. English explorers from history.
Oh, God, that's really good. Oh. I'm not too surprised they didn't get it in the end, but that's fucking great.
I mean, I didn't give you that long to think about it from giving you the second one.
A laser microphone is a DC 18.
Yeah.
That would actually cost money to get.
Indeed. Okay.
How much money, though?
It would take purchase DC to get a laser microphone.
Well, how much purchase DC?
One.
One or two?
Une purchase DC.
But we're only getting one from this, so it would be a net zero. But it might help.
Unless you spend
you're
down into the
close
threshold.
enough- Yeah, unless you're close enough to spend down to the threshold, which
I mean, I'm at 22.
Oh, you are not making it to the 12 wealth threshold, no.
I'm at 15. I actually could.
You could spend, yeah, you could spend 3 to gain 3.
Yeah, and just come out of this, sure, money-wise the same, but with fancy gear.
Yeah, equipment-wise, you'd be at a plus.
That's true. And it might actually help us like detect, like find this person or something. Might be able to pick up sounds in the right direction. That'd be a good idea. It might be worth it. I think it's worth it.
Okay. Yeah, you can certainly do some investigating.
Laser microphone has a range of 100 feet.
Okay.
Okay, I'll... hmm. If I get that, I also need to spend one more wealth bonus in order to drop into 12.
I'm sure you can think of something to randomly buy somewhere in that threshold.
Oh, I'm still looking at stuff here. Oh, you know what would actually be? You know what? Maybe actually a police scanner would actually be a good idea to get. We should probably get one of those.
Why do we not have one of those?
I don't know. That's a very good question.
Fuck, a police scanner would have allowed me to dump a lot of random information on you. It'd be like, you're at home one day when you suddenly hear reports of gunfire and murders at the Wicklow.
Oh, fuck.
You'd be like, holy shit.
Uh-oh. Yeah, let's get a police scanner. That's a 11.
That's completely... If it's an 11, it costs us nothing.
Oh, shit. Well, let's get it anyway.
Oh my god, that is a really good idea. Fuck. I'm
I
amazed that
don't
has not
think
come
we're
up
going to
before.
need a vampire slayer kit.
No, I mean, you shouldn't do that. You have a vampire that's very offensive.
It might be... That's actually a rather social
that's-
faux pas right there.
Can we find a vampire layers kit? No. I'm asking for a friend.
And it's not on here.
It's just some strangely rusty scented lube. Okay. Tell you what, I'm falling asleep, sat up, for which I very much apologize.
It's okay. I mean, you know what? Okay, here's something that you could buy. How about a pair of night vision goggles? That's a 17.
That would also cost me 2.
Shit.
Remember, anything above what I have, by like less than 10 is one.
So
Anything
so
above
you need
15 at all also costs
so
one.
15's the
below
cutoff.
15, but above what 12?
Uh,
Above 13.
it needs to literally be DC 14.
Alright. So now you're looking for things that are specifically DC 14.
And might help us, or just DC 14, and might be useful.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? An M79 grenade launcher is DC 14?
How?
I don't know.
Yeah, but what's its restriction?
Oh, military
Yeah,
plus
what-
3.
Oh yeah, well there you go.
I'm just amazed that it's so low, because I mean, there are other things that are... Well, I mean, actually, the lore is...
You could get
DC
a digital
15.
camera for 14.
Wouldn't actually help us anyway. So.
General equipment.
You could buy a percussion instrument for 14.
You could buy basic electrical toolkits, professional grade equipment.
I already have a
Don't
deluxe
you
one.
Oh yeah,
have
I mean you
those?
actually have everything you need in the garage, so that's fine already. That's inclusive. I mean you could get something slightly lower quality and then just essentially masterwork it for an extra DC. So get a
That's
thing that
true.
says 13 and then it's just a really good version of whatever that is.
I think a digital camera would actually be a good thing to get.
Lineman's butt set. What is that?
Cat.
You could get
Can
an
I
amazing quality micro transmitter.
Can I look through the book at some point later and pick a thing?
Yep. Also, don't forget you could go for a lower DC that just has a licensing cost stuck on it, because that increases the cost. In fact, wiretapping for lines is a 13 license one, so that would cost you 14. That sounds like a fucking
You know-
Dr. Hunter thing to get.
Yeah,
Demolitions
Fucking-
kit.
What would you,
I-
what would you
I-
buy?
I've actually found the order I want to do it. I want to first get a laser sight for one of my pistols,
Mhm.
and then get the thing that will drop me by 2. And that will put me at 12.
Sure.
But I can, do like line tapping on all of the castle phones first. That's fine.
Just be careful. If you have your line tap turned on when you call the Arcanist, they will burst into flames.
Mhm.
And then you hear all of Sandra's calls to what you think are sex lines, but it's just people describing fancy whiskies. Alright.
So a quick, before we stop.
Sure.
If I buy something that's below my DC, my check, it doesn't cost anything
Unless it's
Uh,
above 15.
unless it's above
50
15.
or above.
15 or up will always cost you a purchase DC, because it's just that large of a chunk of purchasing power.
I feel like having night vision goggles would be really nice.
But
You
you
see,
have dark vision.
you have better than night vision goggles, and they are your eyes.
Yeah, but I always wanted to be Sam Fisher.
You just want this for pieces to go in
Just
your sneak
get-
suit that you're designing.
So, Scout, how much of a discount can Mahi get for like a costume version of night vision goggles?
I mean, a negligible, invisible cost. I mean, shit, you could get green tinted binoculars, and they would be more efficient than night vision goggles for her. So you could get a binocular headset and tint it green, and they'd be like, "Look, I got you some night vision goggles," and she'd look and be like, "Oh yeah, so you did." It's just
Don't
green
worry.
glass, just green glass
One-
lenses.
One day you'll have your Nova suit.
It's too late. I already bought the night vision goggles.
All right.
It's in the current party loot along with the police scan. I'm buying it for someone else who doesn't have night vision.
Yeah.
Someone else
Who in
can
the party doesn't have night vision, though?
I don't know. I
I
don't know
think
what
Bob
anyone
does.
else can do.
Yeah, actually, Sandra doesn't.
Wait, can everyone else see in the dark?
Yeah, I got dark vision as a vampire.
Oh god, that's right, you're a vampire.
I'm
I
a
have
tiefling.
dark vision from my Doctor Vision lenses.
Doctor Vision.
I'm guessing
Text
Shade
the
can
drow.
see in the dark too.
As can Ash.
Drow.
Both of them are. Shade can see in the dark as a drow. Ash can see in the dark as a tiefling.
Well, fuck.
Text the drow too.
Okay, I
Yeah.
guess Sandra gets to have like some night vision goggles.
Everyone else has special nerd vision except for Sandra.
Uh,
She is an assault rifle, so yeah.
do you want to save off on actually paying for that till next time when we can check if maybe Sandra has already bought them for herself?
That is
'Cause I
true.
feel
Tell you what,
That's
I'll just
the
check.
sort of thing she might have done.
Alright, let's see.
And she might also not have put it on her character sheet.
Yeah, there is nothing recorded in gear. Awesome.
There's nothing there. Held in an.
I mean,
okay.
attributes and
All right.
skills are on there, so that's fine. AC is fine, and the weapons are on there, but no gear.
All right,
Leave you a Google Doc or anything?
I'll hold
Yeah, I don't
off
have
then
access.
until Sandra's around,
Yeah.
and then we'll see. I'm just gonna make sure I keep looking.
Alright. Well then, is there anything else anyone would like to do then, before you make your preparations to leave? Simon is able to, at 0 cost, score nice coach air travel down to Wales.
Cool. That's cool. So we're going we're going that night then, I guess.
Would you like to?
I mean, we could. I mean, there are a bunch of kids, but it already has been. Oh god, it's already been 4 days.
It has been 4
since
days.
this incident happened, and and it's in the dead of the fucking coldest ass winter.
Yep.
Ugh. They're either dead or not dead. Well,
Great! Way to narrow that one down, Professor Canathus.
That's pretty good there, Sherlock.
They're either dead or very soon to be dead.
yes.
Schrodinger's roleplay.
Unless they've already been eaten by the witch.
Or
Or
horribly
something.
experimented on using magic. Who knows? Could
Or
be
that.
chimeras
I mean,
now.
They've all been turned
regardless
into
of
dead
whether or not
girls.
we actually save these kids, they're all orphans. All
That's
of
that
their
to think
parents
about.
are dead.
Maybe we're looking at a Full Metal Alchemist situation here.
Oh god.
Let's not.
Let's not.
Oh my god, that reminds me of the fucking shirt that Hedra sent to DCL, and it's the fusion,
Oh.
oh my
Oh
god.
yeah, the one
Aw.
with Fiji cats. Yeah.
Oh my god. I really do have to give this potion to Shade at some point, but I'll wait until a more appropriate time. It's also hard to bang when Lana's around.
Need to wait for sleepover.
Yes. Sleepover. Yes.
That fucking shirt.
I don't have anything else to do.
Okay. Anyone else for any more? Yeah. Alright. Well, in which case, I apologize for the short session, but I'm just trying to stay awake.
Everyone's tired.
It's fine.
If you're watching in the stream or you're watching in the VOD, I hope you have yourselves a fucking good time. Next session, I promise that if we don't get to child rescuing, then we at least get to boner-based shenanigans. One or the other, you know as you do. I like to promise at least certain levels of content, and if it can't be story progression, it can sure as shit be people getting down to clown.
Yes.
Hopefully those things are not associated. Though. That much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like there to be a measure of legitimacy. Okay.
Oh!
Oh.
I almost forgot. There was one thing.
All right.
Mr. Hunt, Dr. Hunt, can I borrow the Ring of Regeneration, please?
Why?
Oh dear God, why?
I need it so my tattoo can heal faster.
Doesn't work against
Otherwise, I have to
things you
wait
were
like
wearing the ring
like
for.
4 weeks. Can I have it?
Also, did Simon or Sandra tell you about that? Because I know I didn't.
Oh.
I mean, I didn't really
I
know
just
what it
assumed
was
everyone knew
until
about
the surgery.
Yeah, and Sandra didn't actually know that that was exactly what the ring was doing. Sandra wasn't awake for most of that experience. She wasn't supposed to be awake for it at all, frankly, but, you know.
Well, shoot.
Yep.
I had.
But also a healing spell just
been
fixes shit like
there.
that.
I had been
Oh,
quite
yeah.
specific when I identified it that it was just me that had succeeded on the check to do anything.
Can you
And
cast a
hadn't
magic
told
doctor
Sandra
healing spell
what
on me
it
then?
was.
Can you cast a healing spell on my butt?
Dr. Hunter, can you heal my butt?
It hurts.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a tattoo on it now.
On it?
Yes.
Okay.
You want to see?
I mean, I always appreciate artistry, but first, kill moderate wounds.
Moderate wounds. Fucking your butt is so healed.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. And yeah, it's the, what is it, too kawaii to die, too sugoi to live?
Yes.
The best tattoo.
The best.
Shade pauses as she just like sees Meher just like bend over in front of the doctor, who's got glowing hands. Okay. Slowly backs away.
While he's showing it off, I'm also going to throw a lesser restoration on there. That should cure any unfortunate stretching that's gone on.
You're saying her butt's gotten fatter?
No, I'm saying that a certain demon drow might have worn it in a little.
She hasn't gotten a chance to yet. She's still small-sized.
I still
So?
haven't.
That trap peener ain't gonna breach nothing.
Not yet.
She can't. I don't know that
Let's
now.
agree
Now
to
that Mahira's
disagree.
now that Mahira's got such a sweet butt, and she cannot lie. It's unlikely that Chait can even make like a reverse entry. Sadly, front-wise, no issues going on there. But yeah, Mahira's got that cush booty. Yeah.
That's why I paid for the. Wait. That's why I paid for the number 5. I had to count on my fingers there for a second. Wait, which one did I get?
I forget. I hope you wrote it down.
I did. No, I actually did remember. It is 5.
Yeah. And then yeah.
All right. Well, I guess I will have to wait for that for next session then.
But you do get your butt healed. It is no longer
I do
sore to
get
sit down.
That is important. Very important.
Weren't looking forward to the idea of motorbiking around on a sore butt.
I don't have a motorbike
Oh
anymore.
yeah, you
My
don't fit the
motorbike is too
Scooty Puff
small.
Junior.
It's too small.
You need the Scooty Puff Senior now.
Yes.
That's something you should have done this session. You should have gone to a motorcycle dealer's.
Oh, but I want the car.
Last time you checked, the only one there wasn't a color you wanted.
It's true. A motorbike would be cool. Motorcycle would be good. But also a car.
Yeah.
But I also have all these other projects that also cost money.
Yep. Yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
I should
I
start-
mean, like
I should
the
start selling
dirt
this.
bike is still a purchase DC-23. A Harley is a 26, and Ducati is a
Oh,
27.
Harleys are stupid.
Yeah, Harleys are stupid. You want a crotch rocket, you want a Ducati.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just That just costs 2 for Mahi, right? Like 1 for it being above, but above by less than 10. 1 for it being above 50. 1 for it being 15 or above.
Alright, it's still within a 10. Yeah, it would cost you 2 and you could get yourself a sweet, sweet crotch rocket.
Oh, fuck me. Well, fuck. Okay, yeah, I'm doing that. I'm gonna buy a motorcycle. It's gonna be in hot pink.
Let me guess, a hot pink Kawasaki Ninja.
Yes.
Alright. Yeah, that is actually surprisingly not hard to get. Especially when you're the one who goes in asking. And they're like, would you like to try on some nice riding leathers?
Yes, I would.
And they will enjoy that.
Can I get? Actually, I'm gonna get 2 sets of riding leathers.
Nice.
One's for shade.
Yeah, I guessed.
Alright, well, I need to write that down. Make sure to write that down. Motorcycle.
Lit motors. What the fuck? They are so dumb looking as well.
Are you? Oh fuck!
What?
You're not kidding.
Oh my god.
That shit is so lit.
So lit.
We've been working hard and we think you're gonna like what we've made. You thought wrong. You can park between cars and get to work fast and do it all safely without fossil fuels. However, if anything taps you, you're gonna fall down and die in this plastic coffin on wheels.
Oh my fuck!
There's a 2-wheeled coffin.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
Nice.
Holy hell!
And you
It
know
does
someone
look-
purchased it
Lord.
just because it's lit. And
It
those
does
will
look a
need
bit
to go
unsafe.
first. It does, yeah. Especially since it's like, you should use this kind of thing in London where parking is a challenge. It's like, yeah, but also where all the turnings are really, really tight and the other vehicles that travel through it are buses. You're just gonna get
Hard
fucking
crushed.
turned over and killed
Oh,
by
no.
by a bus immediately. Horrifying. Alright, and on that fantastic point, if you're watching it in the stream, we're watching in the VOD, I hope you have yourselves a fucking good time and do take care.
I'll be back.